A former Dallas police officer found guilty of murder in the death of her neighbor will serve time in prison. On Wednesday, the jury that convicted her was hearing testimony aimed at deciding the severity of her punishment, which could range anywhere from 5 to 99 years. The former officer, Amber R. Guyger, who is white, was convicted on Tuesday in the fatal shooting of her 26-year-old black neighbor, Botham Shem Jean, in a case that has been closely watched as the latest in a series of confrontations between police officers and unarmed black men. Ms. Guyger was off-duty on the night in September 2018 that she came home from work and entered the wrong apartment, one floor directly above hers. Believing she had found an intruder in her apartment, she said, she pulled her service weapon and opened fire. In fact, she had entered Mr. Jean's apartment and fatally shot him in his own home. How could this happen to him? Mr. Jean's father, Bertram Jean, testified on Wednesday, gripping a tissue in his hand and pausing several times to cry. "My family is broken-hearted. How could this be possible? I will never see him again. I won't see him." The jury also heard from Ms. Guyger's mother and sister, who shared an account that Ms. Guyger had been molested as a child by her mother's boyfriend. In the year since the shooting, they said, Ms. Guyger's normally upbeat and outgoing personality had faded, and she had expressed the desire to trade places with Mr. Jean. She feels bad spending time with her family, because he can't be with her sister, Alana Guyger, said. The shooting ignited protests and calls for justice in Dallas, a city with a history of racial tensions with the police. Activists concerned about preferential treatment complained that Ms. Guyger was not immediately arrested at the scene, and was initially charged with the lesser charge of manslaughter. A grand jury later returned with the charge of murder. Tuesday's guilty verdict stood apart from other cases across the country in which police officers have been cleared of wrongdoing in the deaths of unarmed black men. Activists looked to the unique circumstances in the case, as well as the diverse jury panel. Of the 12 jurors, 5 are black. When you have that many people of color on a jury as opposed to a majority white jury, the narrative shifts, said Changa Higgins, the head of the Dallas Community Police Oversight Coalition. If this jury was all white, I think definitely we would not be celebrating the victory of justice. The jury, which must now decide her punishment, was hearing testimony in the sentencing portion of the trial on Wednesday morning. Under state law, Ms. Guyger, 31, is eligible for a wide sentencing range, starting with a minimum of 5 years and ranging up to what amounts to life in prison. John Elegon and Marina Trejan Martinez contributed reporting.